All right, I think we are live. Let's try going live, go live. More than 2 hours late. I don't know what's going on here. How's everybody this morning? I don't know. It's giving me an error for LinkedIn. No idea what's happening over there. So I don't think we're live on LinkedIn. Hey, P Squared, long time no see. How are you? Good to go. Let's see. How are you this fine morning? Did you enjoy last night's live stream? Always fun when I can jump on with Dr. Ron. And I'm going to go yell at Kenny over in the Facebook Messenger to wake up. Okay, let's see where we're at here. Good. I'm so glad. It's always so nice to see you. I love your questions. I love how you engage. It's really, that's what I want for all of my shows is I just want I want a community of people. I don't need 1 million. I'd like 1 million, but it would be better to have a smaller number of people who follow and who are engaged rather than having a massive number of people who just aren't engaged. So thank you for that. And Dr. Ron is a great guy. So he's one of my dear friends. Got a little Hello Kitty going on. So if you are in here, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button for me so that we can get this out. Also share this out if you would please. So my channel, I was able to hit there we go. I was able to hit 1,000 subscribers over the weekend. So yes, super exciting. Hey, Bill, how are you? Bohemian Herbology. Thank you so much for joining. Again, I was just telling Paula, I love when everybody jumps in and you guys are engaging and ask questions. And that's the purpose. If we can get in and help you discover things that you may not even know that you could be doing to benefit your life and your health. So Wickershire, thanks for coming back. I know I feel like we were all just here together. So I got off the call last night, and a friend of mine came over to help my daughter hang up her guitars, and he was saying how how the live chats are so great. And my daughter goes, I don't know how you do that and come up with new content all the time. And I'm like, I guess I've gotten, it's a muscle like anything else that I've been able to exercise and there's so much in the world of health and wellness to be able to bring to you to help benefit your life. So, but I get that. Then you have to be able to talk about it. So, and honestly, I brought Dr. Ron on last night because my brain was tired. So I said, hey, will you come on and help me with this live chat? And, he's always so great to talk with. So it was nice to have a little support yesterday. So I hope I hope my brain being tired didn't translate onto camera last night. And I hope that you still found some value in what we talked about. Last night's, we talked about just that drive. So, the Lions won. So that was amazing. And that everybody, the saying is Detroit versus everybody. So for years, we have been the brunt of jokes. We have been kicked aside. We've been just basically all the haters on Detroit. And Detroit has then got named the comeback city several years ago when we started bringing in more companies and buildings and restaurants, high level restaurateurs coming here to Detroit. So then we got labeled as the comeback city. And that lesson alone to bring this into Reset Monday is really about you. What is your comeback? We all have setbacks, but that comeback should always be greater than the setback. In fact, the setback is how we learn and how we understand how we're going to launch our comeback. So I hope for each and every one of you to have your comeback this year. I feel like 2024 is the comeback year. So if I can come to you every Monday and just give you a little bit of tidbits and helping you stay on that path, that's my plan. So P Squared said 33. Yeah, 33 years it's been since we've won anything, and yet people still rooted for them. The people of Detroit still rooted for them. The people, they still forged ahead. I mean, it wasn't. They just went through coach after coach until they finally found the right coach. And that's a thing too. When you're out there, you're Googling things. How do I, whatever, fill in the blank. And you're finding all this information online, and you just can't find the right path. You can't find the correct information. You can't find the information that resonates with you. Well, we finally found a coach who could take all of these, and the way they talk about all these players and where they came from was that, they were somewhat misfits. None of them were really expected to do very well anyway. And you had a coach that came in and strategically helped them succeed, not only individually, but then as a team. And so that's where, if you feel like you've been banging your head against the wall and you haven't been able to find the success, whether it's personally, professionally, or in your health, then you need to be working with the right people, and you just have to continue to find those people. So I hope that I'm one of your people. You're all here, so I appreciate that. And Wickershire, yes, Eltergratz on the 1,000. You were part of my milestone. Oops, jumped in there. There we go. Thank you so much. Everybody in this chat, y'all were part of my milestone. So thank you so much. And Bohemia is thinking the same thing about the topic today. What a fantastic idea to expand on. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, it's, we get into this. And then I had a friend of mine post on LinkedIn, and he said, Detroit, why is it Detroit versus everybody? And there was the anti-Detroit. Why can't it be Detroit with everyone? And he did a graphic that says Detroit with everyone. And you guys, listen, statistically, so there was some polling that was done, and it's something like half of the country, 52% of the country is behind Detroit to win. So now we've rallied a nation, and there was only like 7% that was on board for rooting for Tampa Bay. So again, it's just one of these really, really cool stories. So you can find your tribe, and a lot of times also you'll find, I get this a lot also when I'm working with people. It's mostly the women whose husbands and their families are not on board, or they don't feel like they can get their family on board with healthy eating or movement or, positive mindset. And that, and also life gets so busy, so they don't slow down enough to then be able to help their family. Or the husband's like, I'm not changing. I'm not, right. The husband, and I'm not picking on husbands, but I kind of am, because it definitely is mostly the men who are the I'm not going to change. Now, y'all could prove me wrong in the chat, but I'd love a good conversation about that. Men, are you tough to change? Are you tough to change? And it's up to us women to keep you healthy. It's up to us women to drag you kicking and screaming into a better lifestyle. So a lot of the women that I work with, whether we're working on weight loss or movement or chiropractic, health in general, it's getting the husband on board, then getting the kid. My kids aren't going to eat healthy they are. I promise you, your kids are not going to go hungry. I also promise you that they're going to be sneaking candy into their room, but you have to be able to lay the groundwork, the framework, build that foundation for them. So I say that now as we go ahead, and we're in this new year. Also, let me put this here, hit the thumbs up button, please. Give you guys a reminder, and button and share. Perfect. There we go. And get that going there. Okay. So one of the things too is really easy to fall off track. Again, that's why we're here every Monday on Reset Monday. Bohemian Herbology, or anybody else in the chat, if you all have a particular topic you want to talk about on Reset Monday with regards to keeping you on track with your health goals, just drop it in the chat, shoot me an email or something so that I can make sure I add it to the agenda, or not the agenda, the schedule. So, so I wanted to talk about tracking things because, and I've talked about this before as far as journaling. So keeping that journal so that you can go back and you have evidence. Now, tracking though, is things like on a calendar, right? You X out the day. So actually these, more trackable metrics as you're going through and you set your goal. Good morning, Kathleen. Thanks for being here. So that could be, again, a paper calendar where you just exit out. A lot of people still like paper planners. I love a paper planner. My problem with the paper planner is I want to take it everywhere, and then I hate taking it everywhere. Then the moment you need it, you're without it somewhere. So I track everything through my apps on my phone. One of my favorite trackers is, so number one, you could do paper tracker, through a journal, paper journal. That's one way. You could do an Excel spreadsheet, and I have Excel spreadsheets that I track certain things on. When it comes to certain data in the office, I keep spreadsheets there. So I track my stats. That's the health of my business. If you are an entrepreneur, you own a business, you're running a business, and you're not tracking stats, you are missing a whole part of your business. So many business owners I know, they don't want to track the stats because they're too afraid to know what's happening. And you cannot put your head in the sand when it comes to your business. That is the health of your business. And this is the same way with our health. You can't just go forward and expect things to happen. You need trackable, measurable data to help you know your different layers of success. So paper calendar, Google Calendar, Excel spreadsheet. You could just keep a Google document, something that allows you to see it every day. There's a lot of health trackers, fitness trackers. This is a Oura Ring, O-U-R-A. And my Oura Ring it tracks my sleep. It tracks my steps. It tracks my caloric outtake. It tracks my heart rate. I can put my exercises in there, my workouts. It will tell me when I've exercised. So if I forget to track something, it tells me that I've done something. And I think that's like Apple Watches and other fitness trackers. They'll do that as well. So have a way of tracking, but then you have to have a goal in there as well. Now, my Oura Ring doesn't allow me to keep a goal, but what it does is it sets the goal for me, meaning it's intuitive in the sense that over time it learns you. And then it's like, okay, this is the time I should be going to sleep. This is the number of hours I should be getting in sleep. This is how much movement I should be getting in a day. And then it helps me to see those goals. And then I can get a snapshot of my goals over time. So use something that, if you have something that's intuitive, I don't know how the Apple Watches work, or any other tracker, wrist tracker. I love a pretty watch. So I refuse an Apple Watch. I don't care how pretty the band is that you put on an Apple Watch. It's still an Apple Watch. So that's just, no offense to anybody who likes it. I just I think they're hideous. I'm sorry. But if it helps you, wear it when you need it, if it helps you. So sorry. I didn't mean to say don't wear it. Yeah, and there's Bill. Bill's wife didn't want to change. She drank, was it Pepsi? Diet Pepsi? It was Pepsi. It was pop. She had a major addiction and she did not want to change. There's a woman at the gym. She takes care of all the scheduling of all the classes. So she's like one of the managers, and she's very fit. You would look at her and you'd go, she's very fit. She's in great shape. She went in on Saturday and had a double mastectomy because she was diagnosed with breast cancer, and she's 32 years old. I asked my trainer, I was like, wow, that's interesting. And my trainer just straight up said, her diet is crap. She drinks like Red Bulls, Monster drinks, eats like garbage. And like that catches up to you, not just in like, so she doesn't look unhealthy, but she just had to have her breast cut off because she had cancer because of what she's putting in her body. So don't be fooled by people who look really good. This is about you. You've got to track your own progress, and don't think that just because you do look healthy that you're okay. That is a completely untrue statement. Wickershire, we eat a lot of processed foods. So growing food is a healthy change for us. Excellent. Yeah, having a kitchen garden means so much. It's so important. And, processed foods they're easy go-tos. Life, the world makes it convenient for us. And again, it's like any muscle. Once you start exercising and you start to get into the habit of eating healthy, cooking healthy, preparing foods, it goes pretty quick. It doesn't seem like a daunting task anymore. My dilemma is staying on course with projects, gardening, breeding projects, seed sharing. Truly, that's encouraging. Oh, good. Thank you so much. Personal barriers make me shy. I don't know what that means. What does that mean? You're connecting here. So I'm happy. I'm happy that you're breaking through your personal barrier and saying your truth here, because this is staying on track. Oh my God, Bohemian. I am constantly seeing squirrels, right? I chase squirrels and shiny objects. Who else chases squirrels all day long? This is just, to me, it's a brilliant brain because you have so much going on. There's so much you want to accomplish, and you get taken in so many different directions. So you start this one project and you're like, this is super cool. I'm going to do this. And you're like, oh my God, but I want to do that. The other thing we do is we have comparison syndrome, where we would see something that somebody else is doing. We're like, oh, I should do that too. YouTube is great and horrible for that all at the same time. Because I'll see videos and I'm like, I need to be doing more videos, or I should have done a video on that. Not realizing that it's probably just my algorithm that's showing me all of these videos. Then I think the market is flooded with those particular videos, but they haven't quite hit your feed yet. So don't fool yourself into thinking that if you want to teach something or do something for yourself, that the educational platform is flooded, because it's just the way the algorithm works. Our phones, our PCs, our credit cards, Alexa tracks us. We're being tracked. Yeah. I know, right? Yeah. I've got a good friend of mine. He's like, you want to be in as few places as possible. So, but that's actually a great point. So if you're like and then the thing is like, the Ring, for real, it's like the Ring was one of those things. I was like, what's another thing? Really. But this is where also just a Google spreadsheet, or a regular spreadsheet, or this is where the journal comes in, or a paper calendar. If you don't want to be tracked digitally, there's plenty of ways around that. But this is where I encourage you to, put the goal up, track it. I have a dry erase calendar in the back. So when I walk into my office, I see my goals, and they're being tracked by month, by day, by week, physically. So I do have that physical calendar up so that I can see that every day when I walk into the office. So just find a different way to track. And this is crazy, right? Face recognition. I was going to do the LinkedIn is telling me, they're like, oh, you qualify for basically like the LinkedIn's version of a blue check mark. I qualify for that, right? And I was like, oh, that's cool. So I started to go into it, and it said, you must download the Clear app. Y'all know what the Clear app is? It's when you go into the airport and you put your eyes into the thing, and it tracks your eyes, and then it recognizes you. So you got your eye print, and it tracks that, and it lets you on the plane. And I'm like, LinkedIn wants your eyes, like that. And then Instagram wants, if you want a blue check mark, you got to upload your driver's license. And I'm like, holy shit, these platforms, like we're going way too far. No, Clear, no, thank you. And Clear, and it's $100 a year for Clear. So they're looping you in they're making you think you qualify for this blue check mark, and you're like, oh, okay, I'll do it. And then now if you want to keep your blue check mark, you got to give your eyes to the government. It's not working for me. So, P squared, my sister-in-law's addicted to Pex. Yeah, drinks it like water. It is terrible. And you can clearly see, now I couldn't look at this woman at the gym and know that she was unhealthy, but yeah, she drinks all that kind of horrible stuff. So, it doesn't end well. I mean, it just doesn't. I'm sorry. Sad to say, it doesn't end well. Bill will, attest to that. His poor wife, he had to watch her damage her own health and then not do anything about it, So I'm so glad. Listen, I'm gonna be showcasing all of your comments, because we're gonna build that shy muscle right out of you, Bohemian. So thanks for being here. There you go. P squared. Yes, right. I call it multitasking. Yes. Hey, Rick, good morning. Thanks for being here. It is multitasking. And again, it's like, the squirrels that take you in multiple directions. So this is also making sure you plan. So we'll call it exercise. Let's say you want to move more. You do have to put that in your planner. It's really easy to then, you get up in the morning. If it's not in your planner or not on your schedule, it's really easy then to go, oh, but I have to do this and I have to do that. I got that laundry over there. And this is also where I don't like the whole working out at home thing, because I feel like it's too easy to not do it. And then it's too easy to not get fully into it. So if you're somebody who has a home gym and you are like, oh my God, I love my home gym, I get a great workout, that's awesome, good for you. But the majority of people find it's just this, you're in your home gym thinking about all the things you have to do around the house. And so then that it calls to you, right? And you're like, oh my goodness, I better cut. Nah, I don't have to do 5 extra minutes. So you don't. So you cut yourself short. So I love just getting out of the house, going to a gym. Oh yeah. Yeah, they watch everything you do and then don't allow you to see everything they do, right? Yeah. Yeah, a lot of censorship going on over there. So, yeah. So what ways there, like I say, there's multiple ways that you can track from paper to digital. It's just a matter of what you prefer. And what, if you don't want your face and your eyes on security. And I mean, really, honestly, here I am looking into this camera into the internet, and I'm certain somewhere along the way, this has all been captured. So, yeah. So there's that. I do always, my laptop always has a piece of tape over the camera. And then as soon as I'm done, the thing goes on there and I unplug my microphone, even though the phone, right? How many times have you said something and the next thing you know, there's an ad popping up for you? So Wickershire says, just do the YouTube like the rest of us. I'm high functioning autistic and shy after 3 years. Yay, that shine. Yes, good. Oh my God, that they came my dreams anymore. I love it. Yeah. So, so I think he's talking to you, Bohemian, is to, it's interesting. The very first time I ever had to do a video, and see, now I track it, right? So that I had a goal. I set a goal. I wanted to do live videos, set the goal. And the first time I had to do it and go live, oh my God, I thought I was about to pee my pants. It was horrible. My heart was racing. I was sweating. I was super nervous. It's on my, I don't know if I uploaded it to YouTube. It's on my business Facebook page. I'll have to drop that in here. My first live video. I gotta go. It was on Facebook. So no, it's not over here. It might be though. Let me think. Because I talked about the nervous system and how chiropractors affect the nervous system. I need to find that and bring it on over. But it was crazy but I did this Mel Robbins trick. So if you don't know who Mel Robbins is, she's amazing, mindset coach. And she says, you do the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You just do a countdown backwards from 5, and do the thing that you want to do. And I did. I had the phone in front of me and I'm sweating and I'm like hyperventilating. And I just went 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And I hit the live and off I went. So, so Bohemian, I encourage you, just do it. Just, get out. And that's one way you get your face out there. You just talk like, and this is great that you guys interact with me. I'm so glad I'm not sitting here alone. It makes it more fun. Yeah, I have certain things that I love pen and paper for. And then I have certain things that I love digital. I mean, here at the office, when I track my stats, I always have a paper day sheet. And then I take that paper day sheet and I put it into an Excel spreadsheet. But everything I have years on paper, I print everything out. So at the end of each day, I have, let's see, what do I got here? Yeah, this is Monday and Tuesday. So this is Monday and Tuesday. I won't show you the other side because there's numbers on it. But this is Monday and Tuesday. So I print off, I print the schedule. I print off all the transactions, and it all goes in here. Let me give you a quick flash. It all goes in here. And then I file, I put these into an Excel spreadsheet, and then I file it. But I have this paper copy because, you just can't trust that your internet is or that your digital documents are going to be there. I do have a lot of redundant backups as well. I've got a great IT guy. So absolutely. I'm just glad you're here. And so also I want to bring something up, which is off of the subject of your, I guess maybe it is kind of the goal, is that Bohemian, if you're wanting to, work that shy muscle, you being here in the chat, you don't even know, you have no idea what that does for me. So when you reach out, when you break out of shyness, when you have something to share with somebody, you have to understand that it's not about you anymore. It's about them. And so if you're holding a message, if you're holding something that could help somebody else because you're too shy to say something, or you're too shy to interact here, you're depriving somebody else of your value. So look at it from that perspective, is that when you have something to share, you have a comment you want to make in the chat, somebody else is thinking it. So just tell yourself, it's not about me. It's not about me. Now, it might be information that you want to know, which is great, but understand that somebody else is thinking it. So you're going to help somebody else who's, 3 to 5 steps, maybe 10 steps behind you, who's also too shy to come up on stage and be in the chat. People will sit and just watch this video because they're too afraid to make a comment even. That's how bad it is. So again, I appreciate you being so vulnerable and just getting in here, because your questions, you have great questions, you have great interaction. So know that about yourself, is that you have a lot of value to bring. Social anxiety 30 years ago, YouTube charts really do seem to help. Yep, absolutely. And let's see, shy breakthrough. No one is really judging or cares about you in public in general. Ever walk through Walmart? Yeah, I know. And don't forget too that, if you think people are judging you and you're like, oh, they're judging me for whatever, that's your own shit. It's your own shit, right? Hey, Happy Mac, lurking. Yes, Happy Mac is lurking. Yeah, it's your own stuff. People don't care. They don't care. You think that in your head, people are like, looking at, I don't know, your big butt. Maybe you don't have a big butt, but in your head, you think you have a big butt. Okay. And you're like, no, you know what people are probably looking at? They're probably looking at, maybe your skin, and they're going, oh my gosh, they have the most beautiful skin. You don't even know, right? So if somebody looks at you, immediately it takes you into your own insecurities. So stop it. Just stop it. And I do it too. So I'm not, I have to remind myself. Yes, Walmart. You're safe unless You're a movie star being caught without a Starbucks in your hand and toilet tissue. Yeah. Yeah, I think so. Hey, Joe, welcome in. Thanks for being here. Thank you also. Joe was also a big part of me helping me hit 1,000 subscribers. Just so kind to have me on his show multiple times, him and Corky. So super, super grateful for all your help. I appreciate it. And thanks for being here. After growing and learning, I realized we are just all beautiful, unique flowers. Seriously. Yeah, for sure. Yes. Absolutely. Here for it. Here for it. Yes. Because again, if you didn't step out of it, I'd be sitting here alone. Right? I know. And there's still days when I'm like, God, I hope people show up in the chat. So I do have a little insecurity in there, right? So, absolutely. Yes. Yes. Broccoli Joe. Oh, Broccoli Joe. So, make sure you're subscribing to each other's channels and grow big. Do we have something on the agenda for this week? What's going on over there? And do I need a video from you? Let's see. Yes. I waste so much time in life being shy, thinking everyone was judging me. It took forever to know that was a me thing. Okay. And you know what? And this drives me crazy, is when you meet somebody, an adult, and they have their kids, and then you go to say something to the kid, and the kid calls up into the parent, and the parent goes, "She's shy." Stop casting that over your children. Stop it. Don't ever call your child shy, ever, because you're imprinting that. So then every time, it's like Pavlov, right? Every time the child goes like this and you go, "She's shy," now the kid has permission to go, "I'm shy, I'm shy, I'm shy," and never break out of their shell. Kids are going to go through that, right? So because we tell them, number one, we say, stranger danger, don't talk to strangers. Now a stranger walks up and the kid goes like this, and now suddenly the kid's shy. No, like what kind of mixed message are you sending your children? Should we not have stranger danger, or are they shy? Like what's going on there? So now they're shy because you've taught them stranger danger. So yeah, anyway, so don't do that. Don't say that to your kids anymore. You're going to catch yourselves now. You're now going to pay attention to when you meet people and they say that. And you can't go, don't call your kid shy, because you don't want to shame them in front of their children. But, just get that message out. Be more aware of your own language around your kids. Yes, I love it. Thank you so much for being here from Grow Big, for sure. Thank you. Oklahoma mushroom fungi. Was that when you had the fungi guys, the mushroom guys? They were amazing. That was a really great interview. If you haven't seen that one, go over to Grow Big and watch that one. Yes, on point. Yes, thank you so much. Yeah, just don't do it. Again, mixed messages, right? Stranger danger. Oh, you're shy. But there's a stranger. You told me not to talk to them. Now I'm shy. No. Yeah, children are still primal humans. They do not possess. So yes. So it's it is a skill. And, I watched my dad, not that I didn't get social skills from my mom, but my dad was a priest. He was an Orthodox priest. So he would stand up in front of, the audience, the congregation every week, and he would deliver a sermon, and he never wrote a sermon. So I remember thinking this from a very young age. Like, I was always captivated when I heard him speak. And then I'd go to another church and I would see the priest with their, yellow legal pad of notes for their sermon. And I was like, that's interesting, right? So most people can't just be given a prompt and get up and deliver a message like that. But my dad would take whatever the lesson was in the gospel that day, and then he would stand up in front of the congregation. He would just know what he wanted to talk about, and it just flowed through him. So I watched that, And I wanted to emulate that. And that's why too, like I never understood in classes when we had to get up and we had to talk in front of people, because what I also saw was that he was highly admired and people were inspired by him, by his ability to reach out and connect through spoken language, and genuinely, right, and authentically. And so when we'd be in class and the teacher would want somebody to get up in front of the class, and I was always like, me, because I wanted to emulate that ability to connect and inspire in a very authentic and genuine way with people. And so that's the path he laid for me. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm doing this, right? Speaking to, millions of people on YouTube. I mean, not millions just yet, thousands, but that's essentially when I went live on Facebook. It was millions of people that you open your vulnerability up to. So, and then there were other kids that are like, no, and after a while, the teachers wouldn't even, like, they knew that I wanted to get up and speak in front of everybody. So they deliberately wouldn't choose me because they wanted to pick the kids who wouldn't. So, yeah. That's so funny. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I yelled. Grow Big got a mushroom. Oh, nice. I have to go watch that. I haven't seen that yet. Oh, good. I'll go back and watch that. I'm a mushroom girl. I tried growing mushrooms several years ago, and it was kind of a flop. I'm like, it's fungus. How can I not grow mushrooms? I'm still like obsessed with growing mushrooms. So, oh, look at you guys. Happy birthday to all of you. Oh my goodness. It's going to be one celebratory week, isn't it? Yes. Let's see. Wickershire says, as people, we also acknowledge children. Hi, how are you? Nice to meet you. I'm Sir William, King of the Shire. That brief, respectful introduction is, that's so funny. The King of the Shire. That's awesome. Super funny. Fantastic. Oh, awesome. Okay, fantastic. I will go back and watch for sure. Yeah, last week was all my meeting weeks. So, okay, I realize it's 10:20. I don't know where my patients are, so I better go check and grab this phone call. So, all right, you guys have an amazing week. I love you all. Thanks again for being here. Go out and be your best self. I'll see you tomorrow. We have a special live for Chiropractic is Sexy with Roberto Monaco, who is not a chiropractor, but he is a speaker. He trains chiropractors to speak in and transform audiences through the spoken word, utilizing health, wellness, chiropractic. So we're doing a live interview with him, 1 or 1:15 right here. And then on Thursday, and Dr. Eric and I will be on that one. And then on Thursday, we'll be back with our regularly scheduled programming. And it's chiropractic principle number 3, which we will reveal to you on Thursday. So also, I'm going to guest Grow Big. You're live tomorrow. So make sure you get over there and jump on his channel. And appreciate the likes, the subscribes, the shares, all of it. Super stoked to be over 1,000. It's been 1 year. 1 year. I started with 15 subscribers, and all of you are in here. My greatest gratitude to all of you. Okay, y'all, go make it an incredible day. If I can be of any help to you in any way, shape, or form, helping you build your health and your wellness, please let me know. All right, love you all.